So quotes are something that's quite common for charities and community organisations to sort of demonstrate their impact. And there are ways that we can add quotes to our page in voice. And you can see one here on screen. This is one way of doing this. So it could either be static on the page or like this, you could have multiple quotes in a carousel. So let me just edit this page and that's where I'll put it. So I'm going to come into, you can see I've got one here. I might just delete that out and start again. So let's say I want a quote here at the top of my page. So here is an awesome quote about brilliant things we've done. And this is quite a common way of formatting quotes online. So you'll see this across various websites, not just voice websites. You can add this formatting like this. So highlight the words that are a quote, the first thing to do. And you can see here, I could change this into paragraph text or I could change it into headings. There's something called block quote. So if I click on block quote, what that does is it makes the font a little bit bigger, sort of changes it slightly, and it adds this grey line, which flags that it's a quote. It's something that's being highlighted. And I'll just save as a new revision and publish. And let's see what that looks like here. So here it is down here. And it's flagged it with this kind of little grey line at the side, and it's made it slightly bigger. You can change the colour or do something else with your quote if you wanted to. So that's one way of doing it. You can see up here I've also got it in a carousel. So it's moving around both automatically, but also as plain text. So let's do that again. Carousels are quite typically used for images, sort of sliders of images, but we can use it just for text as well. So I'll do that one again. I'm going to come into layout this time. It's a really commonly used includelet or box, which is called the carousel, grid or accordion. You can see I've put one in here, but I'm going to get rid of that one and put in a new one. So I'll add an includelet. It's the carousel, accordion or grid. I'm going to leave it as a carousel because I want to put multiple quotes and I want them to be on a slider. That's the time between items. So I can change the timing to be more or less seconds. So I can make that faster. I can make it longer, make it about 7 seconds. I want the transition type to be a slide. And I can make the same sort of decisions I would usually make. Do I want it in a panel? Do I want kind of a line around the outside of it? Or do I want it to be inline and just look like it's on the page? I might leave it in a panel. Say blue for now. Let's have a look and see what that's like. I'm not going to give it a title. And this time, instead of pictures, in the content display mode, I'm going to use text only this time. And you would have seen this before, all of these different settings. And it's the same things we've been using for a while. So let's have a look at adding a content block. This would be my first quote. So ignore adding an image unless I really wanted to, and a title. This time I just add the quote in. So here's a brilliant quote. And if I wanted to, I could do exactly the same thing again. If I wanted to format it, do the little down button, choose block quote. There's one and OK. And then add a second one in. So I'm going to add another content block. And I'm going to call this one, I don't need a title. Let's do the same thing again. Here's my second quote. And OK. Oops, let's just make sure it's block quoted and OK. And I'll just save and publish this one. Let's just move it up to the top of the page so I can see it. So I don't know what's on there. There we go. I'll move it up to the top and then I'll publish. And then hopefully if we refresh the page here, we'll see here's a brilliant quote, and it will change automatically. So it will change based on 7 seconds. I don't know how long I'm talking for right now, but there we go. There's the second one. And of course, people can click between them. And if I'd chosen inline, it would remove this blue line from the outside. So I chose it to be in a panel, which is why this line is around the outside. So that's the basics of adding quotes.